Hello, you join me again on another unboxing video. This one is plugged straight out of my collection. Um, it's been sealed in its packaging from purchase. A little backstory here. I purchased this Tomica 162 scale diecast model of the Lamborghini Huracán STO. Back in 2024, I was attending a Super Manila Comic Con back in 2024. I was coaxed by my friend to join him, attend the convention. It was loads of fun, lots of um, excellent characters, new products, and all that. And one of those that was on display was Tomica, right? The model car line made by Takara Tomy, which is a renowned toy manufacturer that's established in Japan. I've been waiting to unbox this one for a long time, and I wanted to share that experience with all of you. And it's also a nice way to unwind because a lot of stuff's been going on in my personal life, and you know, despite all the pressure, a little break, uh, a little breather wouldn't hurt. And one of the ways of doing that is to unbox some of the scale model cars that I still haven't unboxed, and it gives me a little therapy. There's a therapeutic aspect to unboxing model cars. Now, if you've ever seen that internet meme or video that's been circulating where uh, the joy and the wonder of getting to see scale model toy cars of like Hot Wheels or Johnny Lightning, or in this case Tomica, the mystique, the wonder, the euphoria never wears off, whether you're 5 years old, you're 30 years old, 20 years old, or even 60 years old. It never gets old. It's always a joy unboxing one of these and collecting them. So here it is. Now, of course, Lamborghini is no stranger to making special editions of their production models, their production supercars, production hypercars, and they would make derivative special editions of those ordinary in air quotes supercars, and they would do it to death until the next new model comes along. And the Huracan is no stranger to that. The first iteration of the Huracan is the LP610-4 with a 5.2 liter V10, and if I recall correctly, Lamborghini's first foray with the dual clutch gearbox in their series production car. Before that, we had the old LP 560-4 Lamborghini Gallardo, which still had the single clutch E-gear, and Lamborghini did away with that with the quicker shifting dual clutch. It had an Italian moniker, but it was essentially a reworked version of the Volkswagen Audi Group's dual clutch gearbox. The STO is a special edition. If I recall, it stands for Super Trofeo Omologata, or their version of it's a road-going version of a track version of the ordinary Huracan. So it's lighter, it's faster, it's stripped out, yet it's also a road legal version. Specs wise, if I recall, this made 631 brake horsepower. It did 0 to 62 miles an hour in 3 or 3.1 seconds. And it went on to a top speed of 310 kilometers per hour. This one is a 162 scale. Now, the ordinary Tomica line made by Takara Tomy never has consistent scaling, so sometimes they would change out the size of the scale model depending on what car they would replicate. So in this particular instance, it's a 162 scale, so it's closer to the standard 164 scale size. If you want a true 164 scale size, you don't even get that with the Tomica Premium, if I recall. You have to step up to something like the Tomica Limited Vintage Neo or Tomica Limited Vintage, which is certainly more expensive, but it is scale correct. I would allude to my unboxing video of the Mitsubishi Pajero Super Exceed Z. It's up on the channel. I will link to it down below in the description box, or if there's a card that I can insert it post-production, I probably will insert it here. But in any case, I'm excited. This particular one I bought off the shelf in the aforementioned Super Manila Comic Con in Manila, Philippines. It was an ordinary Tomica. It's the ordinary line. It's not the premium. It's not the limited edition. But it caught my eye that in typical Lamborghini fashion, of all the cars on display in that little Tomica stand, I saw this bright blue and sort of orange trimmed Lamborghini. I think, yes, I'll have that one. And with that, I took it to the checkout counter, and there we are. So I purchased this back in 2024. I think it was August or September. And I haven't unsealed it since, because this particular model car is sealed in the box. There was a time when Tomica's off the shelf were just the plain old box without any plastic seal. But in any case, let's get right into it. Let's crack it open. We're not going to use our bare hands here. We're going to use box cutter. This one has seen some better days, but nevertheless, it gets the job done. There we go. I must say, it's a little hard doing this on camera because I'm sitting behind the camera and then trying to negotiate or maneuver this cutter to get into the slot. In any case, just slice down the middle, and now we'll use our bare hands. Come on. There it is. Here it is. Is there any like special literature pamphlet or anything? No. So this doesn't have the Japanese sticker on it, but that's okay. So it's really meant for the Southeast Asian market. So we'll set the box aside. That's the best part about Tomies, is you can always seal them back in their box once you're done. So I'll set that aside. Here we are. It's gorgeous. Oh my goodness, it's incredible. Wow. take it all in. It has a plastic base, but that's okay. On the real car, it's probably all covered up with a carbon fiber splash guard or underbody tray anyways. Yeah, these black wheels. Wow, it's certainly breathtaking. Look at the detail. I'll zoom in. I hope it focuses on camera. Usually the regular Tomy line isn't as well detailed as Tomica Premium or Tomica Limited Vintage Neo, but for their price, they certainly do a good job of replicating any particular car that they're designed to replicate or portray in scale. And it's surprisingly just like the real car, unlike some other diecast Tomy models. This one is particularly light. You can see here lots of the detail, like the exhaust, this rear wing, and this little fin, lack of a better term, for downforce and aerodynamics. It says STO on the sides, and it has it on the other side as well. And it's not a sticker; they've tampoed it on the body. The lights, they're not inserts, but they look great. It's still decent for this kind of scale model. And surprisingly, this doesn't have, because most Tomy models always have working suspension, but this doesn't. But I'll give them a pass because this is designed to be like a low slung sports car. So we'll give them a pass on that because it will sit better without the suspension anyways, without working suspension. So I'll bring it down a little bit, bring the camera down, and adjust the angle so you can see just how amazing the car is up close. We set aside the box. It's out of frame, and just take in some of the detail. The bright blue paint and the orange accents really lend this car some brownie points. It looks good. It looks good in any angle. If I bring it up a notch, you'll see overhead. You can see the detail. There we go. It's amazing. If you have this on your desk, or if you like displaying it in your display case or acrylic cabinet, it's a stunning model. It's striking from every angle. And looking at it in person now, hands-on, reminds me why I chose this particular model to buy. I'm a bit of a car nerd myself. Back when I was younger, I would collect a lot of Tomica models. I've toned down that habit in recent times. But if I had to choose one particular model, it had to be something special. And in this case, this really is a special car. Now, many argued that the Huracán line for Lamborghini was a bit of a plain Jane, vanilla Lamborghini, if you could call them Lamborghini plain old vanilla, compared to some of its chief rivals like the 458 and 488 GTB. But I love the look of the Huracán. It looks striking, and at the same time, if you see an Lamborghini Huracán in person, it's surprisingly compact. I, I saw one in person not too long ago, and its size is about the same as a Porsche Cayman, and it, it makes it compact, easy to place in tight city streets, but you just have to watch out for the low chin and the low ground clearance, and of course the terrible rear outward visibility. But those are only problems you'd have if you had boatloads of cash to afford to own and run a Lamborghini Huracan. But for the time being, this is as close as I'm gonna get to a Lamborghini Huracan that I can say I own. It's a Tomica scale model of the Lamborghini Huracan STO. And indeed, it's an excellent, superb effort by Tomica. This is the regular line, Tomica by Takara Tomy. I argue that it's better than what Mattel would roll out for their Hot Wheels line. If they, I don't know if they make an Huracan STO in Hot Wheels, but if they did, this would probably trounce that by a significant margin. And it brings back some memories because uh, uh, to allude back to that backstory I had about Super Manila Comic Con back in 2024. I was coaxed into joining my friend, a longtime friend. I would say is as close as family as anybody. To take some time off from the hustle and bustle of school and work. It was a weekend, and I couldn't say no. And I joined them, and I had a blast. You know, it took some of the pain off of the monotony of daily life. I enjoyed. I had a ball, and I got to see some excellent characters. I even got to get back into the hobby of collecting Tomies, just like this one. And this is a nice reminder of that moment. It might just be a plain old Tomica. It's not a special edition. It's not a limited edition. It only forms part of the regular Tomica line. But to me, it holds some special memory, personal memory of mine. And I would always remember my friend when I see this guy. Of course, he's still around. There's no doubt about that. But we haven't spoken personally in quite a while, except through messages, thanks to the power of the internet. But I digress. In any case, I'm glad I got to share this opportunity with all you viewers out there, to unbox a Lamborghini Huracan STO. Now, if you're an avid collector of Tomy, or if you love Lamborghinis, if you love supercars, if you love special editions of series production supercars, and you'd like to display it on your workspace, on your desk, at home, or if you have a personal collection of knickknacks on display, this is a great addition. This is an excellent piece. It's got wonderful details, and even in this small scale, this diminutive size, you have a lot of detail, and it's very striking. It's very quintessentially Lamborghini. It as a Lamborghini should be. It always stands out. It always catches your eye. It always catches your attention in a way that Ferraris just don't. And so that is the 162 scale model of the Lamborghini Huracan STO. Now, thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for sticking around until the end of the video. I hope you subscribe, Stay tuned for future content, and thank you for joining me as I sort of de-stress and unwind a bit by unwrapping this excellent piece to add to my diecast car collection. Thanks so much again for watching, and I'll see you around.